Hello everyone, welcome to the Giant Roundup where we cover this week in digital marketing and e-commerce news. As always, I'm your host Ellie Bachiska. Let's get into it. Let's kick off this week's roundup with something that's actually a continuation of another story that we covered a couple of weeks ago, which is Google's title tag change and updates. So as many of you know, Google has been going through and determining new ways to generate the titles that show up in the Google search results. Its most recent statistics show that it's changing title tags only about 13% of the time, but that 87% of the time it's using title tags as is. And the main factors for Google using something else are things like incomplete title tags, where there's a blank empty space and maybe just your site name, obsolete title tags, such as title tags that contain years that have already passed, like 2019 Black Friday sales event, as well as title tags that are just boilerplate templates that you are using across multiple pages. So if you've noticed that your click-through rate has come down from the Google search results, it might be time to do a quick title tag audit and see how Google's generating those, as well as if it might be time for some new optimizations. Google is great at finding ways of upsetting us all, but the most recent industry it's pissed off is the automobile industry. And we're not talking about retailers per se, we're actually talking about publishers, websites that pride themselves on delivering detailed information about various automobiles that are on the market, like Edmunds. What Google has recently done is it's implemented a new search result feature a la knowledge graph style, where when you search a specific vehicle, it will give you detailed specs at the top of the search results. Automobile publishers feel like this is taking away from clicks to their site where they otherwise deliver this information. And what's worse, potentially, is that Google is not actually citing the sources for this information that's presented in the search results. So that's just some toes that Google's been stepping on this past week, but it's certainly not the end of this story. We'll see how this takes off. It's useful if you're a shopper, but those publishers might just protest. On the Facebook front, the social media platform is coming up with new free and paid tools to help businesses connect with their customers in new ways. Some of these include being able to request a quote through Facebook Messenger, being able to start a chat with a brand on WhatsApp through Instagram, new click-to-message ads on Facebook, as well as lead generation through Instagram. More details about these features and others in the article that is linked in the description below. Feel free to check that out because I think a lot of you are going to want to take advantage of some of these new tools. At this rate, most of us have taken note of the higher than usual inflation rate due to last year's pandemic. Well, that inflation rate has finally hit e-commerce, with online prices up 3.1% year over year. And apparel takes the cake. Apparel online prices have gone up more than 15% year over year. Naturally, supply chain issues are at the heart of this, and so merchants have to make up their costs. But if you're noticing that prices are a little bit higher when you're doing your online shopping this year, this is what's most likely at play. Those are the top news stories of the past week. I hope you learned something new. If you did, please make sure to give this video a like and subscribe to the channel for more of these weekly updates. I'm Ellie Bachiska. Thank you so much for joining me, and I'll see you at next week's Giant Roundup.